All right. Well, I had a chance to sip on my tea yesterday and have some time to think, I guess you could say. And I'm a lot calmer today. I'm a lot calmer this morning. This is a good day. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to provide a couple of words of encouragement for a number of people. And I think that we have a tendency of getting very frustrated because, as I said yesterday, we don't really see a whole lot of people willing to stick their necks out to fight this serious problem that we have in evangelical circles, in Reformed circles in particular, but really across the board. I'm more concerned with Reformed circles, but really this is everywhere in evangelicalism. And it's very true that a lot of our leaders don't really seem to be doing much, at least visibly, to fight this critical race theory stuff, this liberation theology stuff. It's very dangerous. This is another gospel. And we don't see a lot of people getting too uppity about it. In fact, we see a lot of our leaders trying to shut down opposition to it. And that's very frustrating. But I don't want to discount efforts that are taken, even if they're small efforts, in my opinion. I don't want to discount that because it is helpful. It's not worthless to write articles against critical theory. I do believe, though, that if you're only role playing, if you're only writing these articles and it never touches reality, if you don't put it into practice, it becomes worthless. Like, I don't know if any of you guys are in sales. I have a salesy type of a job, and I do a lot of role playing. I role play with potential customers. I role play with potential candidates. But if all I did was role play and I never actually picked up the phone and did some live work, I would never make any money. It would be totally worthless for me to just role play and never put what I learned in my role plays into practice. And so that's what we really need. So let me encourage you, because what a lot of us online are doing, and you might not like us, Al Mohler, you might not like us, Jason Allen, you might not like us, Owen Strachan. And I'm not saying you don't, but I have a sneaking suspicion that at least 2 out of the 3 I just mentioned don't like me personally and a lot of my friends. But you should understand, though, that we're providing you a lot of cover fire, a lot of suppressive fire. And that's very helpful. If you guys don't know what cover fire is, you never ever seen a movie, someone's like, "Cover me," What that means is when you're in a gunfight, right? You got to hide behind things. You got to have bunkers that you hide behind. Otherwise, you're exposed to be shot. And so what covering means is shoot at the enemy so that I can move forward, because he's hiding behind his bunker while you're shooting at him. You're suppressing him, and so I can move in safety because he won't be shooting at me since he's trying to hide to save his own skin. That's what covering cover fire means when you're in a gunfight. So someone wants to distract the opponent so that someone on your team can accomplish something, to do a goal. And Al Mohler, we're providing you a lot of cover fire. We're the ones that are naming names and things like that. And we want you to be able to navigate this in a way that's effective, but also, you don't have to put yourself at too much risk. Because obviously everything that you do, if anything that you fight, you're going to put yourself at some risk, of course. And when you're in a gunfight, you're at risk no matter how much cover fire you get. But we're trying to make it so it's easier for you. Al Mohler, we're on your side. Jason Allen, we're on your side. Owen Strachan, we want these critical theory articles to be spread. We want them to be effective. We want them to fight. We have the same goals. We see it as a dangerous thing, and we want the danger to be put down. So we're on your side. I want to encourage you that we're on your side. And the thing is, a lot of us feel like we're laying down cover fire, but there's no one to cover. You know what I mean? There's no charge, and I don't mean literally no charge. Tom Askell has stuck his neck out big time, and a lot of you guys have tried to destroy him. I don't know exactly who has tried to destroy him, and it could be some of these guys I've mentioned. I have no idea, but the reality is, Tom Askell, he sees that what we do, we're trying to cover for him by naming names, by being direct, by a little bit of shock and awe type stuff. So Tom Askell can accomplish some goals. He can do it in a more winsome way. kind of thing, and we want to have other people do this too, because look, the reality is we don't have big platforms. We're willing to go put our necks out there and be shot down. We're willing to be cannon fodder for you. That's what I'm trying to say, Al Mohler. That's what I'm trying to say, Jason Allen. We're willing to go be on those front lines so that you don't have to die, metaphorically speaking, of course. But we just feel like at this point we've been laying down all this cover fire, taking all of these hits, and you're not doing anything. You're not charging like you're supposed to. We want you to charge. We want you to face this thing head on, and we want you to be more direct than you've been. But so far, we just haven't seen it. And again, you might be doing things behind the scenes. You might be doing things your way, and I understand that. But a team of frontline people can only take so much, of us laying down the cover fire and you doing nothing. We can only take that for so long. And so that's the reality. Al Mohler, we're on your side. Jason Allen, we're on your side. Owen, we're on your side. We want you to succeed at your goals here. But we're going to need to see a little bit more. We're going to need to see a little bit more, and I hope this encourages you, because we will provide you the cover fire. When you put out good articles, Owen, like you did a couple days ago, we will spread them. We will say, he said nothing wrong. We will defend you. I know you don't need us to defend you, but we will do it. We will take the hits. We don't mind. We don't mind. Now, Al Mohler, what would really be helpful from you, especially if you want to be the president of the SBC, is if you start naming some names here, because this is important. Because Walter Strickland does teach critical theory. He does teach the theology of James Cone. He does. And if you're not ever willing to name those names, it's going to be very difficult for us to have the motivation to continue being on your side, so to speak. A lot of my friends are already not on your side. But I want you to succeed. I think that you're on the right side of this. I think you can be effective in this still. People call me naive. That's fine. That's fine. And before you say, well, that's not how I do things. I don't name names. Before you say that kind of stuff, we know that's not true. Don't even go there. Don't even go there. Because I saw how within hours of the Founders Ministry trailer dropping, you condemning it. Within hours. So when you want to get out of bed, you can get out of bed with the quickness. And so I'm just wondering, why aren't you getting out of bed for this? This is serious. We'll provide you cover fire, but we're going to need to see something out of you. You've done so many good things in the past. You got out of bed so many times and responded with the quickness so many times about things that you find important. This is important. This critical theory thing that's happening in these seminaries, including in your seminary. This is important. This is more important than you. And it's more important than your reputation. Please, do something. We're gonna continue to do what we're doing, but we're gonna need to see something out of you, man. Anyway, I hope this encourages you. Jason Allen, Al Mohler, Owen Strachan, we will provide you the cover fire that you need, but we're gonna need to see some things out of you guys. So I encourage you to start applying the role plays. It's great to be thinking about these things. It's great to write articles about them. It's great to have podcasts about them. But when the critical moment comes and we need action, we need men like you to be men of action. Because all the role play in the world means nothing if you never put it into action. And so, Al, I expect you to lead the charge to rescind Resolution 9. I'm expecting big things. And I think a lot of us are as well. And so anyway, I hope this is encouraging. I hope this is helpful. God bless.